Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly, and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Redneck Johnny here. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I had to update a few things in the sheet. And I'm still not sure if everything is updated, so I'm waiting a little bit to see if things move here a little bit. But yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy week. We've seen some red colors after what I will consider a bullish end of 2023. Seems to be some pullbacks now. There's some big news about Bitcoin. The funds are getting passed in USA, so or the ETFs. So I saw they have moved up again. We talked a little bit about Bitcoin not too long ago on the stream. Yeah, just interesting to follow. I don't own anything, and I would probably trade it through our ETF. But it's going to be interesting to see that development. Some of the tickers that we have discussed in the past have seen also moved a little bit. I pulled one up today on the fundamentals, so it's ready to. We are ready to talk a little bit about it. BNED. I think also Ranger Dane have talked about it in one of his streams. So they had a crazy move yesterday and today too. And the volume now at the end also was, there was some interesting things going on there, so I pulled that up so we can go through that today. Other than that, I didn't see so much movements in my tracker today. There was not the biggest moves. I saw some has moved up a little bit. But other than that, it was pretty calm today. It was worse yesterday. It was more volatility I saw yesterday. But I pulled up like 4 tickers today that I'm planning to go through, and then if we have time. And by the way, I didn't check the daily movers the last hour today, so I'm gonna quickly check that now if something new came up. But I checked them like 1 hour ago, so I pulled off like three companies from there plus BNED. And then I was planning to go through the Open Insider website to see if something has something catches the eye there. I see we have some in the chat. Hey Robert, nice to see you here. I saw the stream actually from Ranger Dane on Tuesday. We always try to watch it back to learn, to see how we have like performed on the stream and if everything works as it should and stuff like that. So it was interesting for me to see your conversation with him and that you went through all those tickers. Definitely tickers that would also catch our eyes, but I agree a little bit with what was said on the stream and your conversation that they were interesting. And I know Dane struggled to pull up all the data, and I'm not sure if I have that data, but I also tend to struggle a little bit with some of the Canadian ones and also other foreign. I think I can pull in the numbers, but I just get a feeling like I don't 100% trust the numbers. So, but feel free to post some tickers today, Robert, if you have some tickers that we can go through. That would be interesting. If we have time, we will go through some of them. I can check them out. Check them out a bit later, Robert. Yeah, but I didn't see the biggest moves today. There's some movement here in the risk column, so. But I think we're just gonna move into the daily movers and quickly see if things has moved there. Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that esport one, yeah. I can quickly try just to see if I have it already. I don't know if you have watched everything that we have done, Robert, but I'm using a different data provider. They are called Wise Sheets. So we are getting the data from two different sources. And Wise Sheet is like an add-on that you just connect with here, and then you can search up all the tickers. I don't think so, Robert. I know for a fact that his sheets are more well done than mine. Believe me, I know it. But I think we have both done a good job to get the data in, and the sheets are similar, even though they look different. But they do much the same job. And we tend to keep updating them and change and twist and tweak things that we like for our personal styles. And even after we started the stream, I have had to make changes on mine. So let's check here. The ticker was... Yeah, I have them. I can pull them up and we can go through them a bit later, okay? And let me know if you see something in my data that if I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but if you see something in my data that doesn't add up from what you have done research about, please let me know so I can try to correct them. Yeah, so Wise Sheets is like this. You pull them up here, they give you all the data, and then I pull them into my fundamental sheet through the... I do the quarterly, so I get the trailing 12 months. So, yeah, so that's how I have set it up. But, yeah, let's go to the daily first. The daily. I saw the list wasn't so long today. I have this sorted by the percentage to the 52-week low here, this column. Sometimes I sorted a bit different, but... it's pretty complicated. That's an advantage Dana has in Excel. You can sort the sheet very easy. And maybe I'm just stupid and I don't know the reason that it's a possibility in Google Sheets. But I had to make these two buttons, and it's a bit complicated to make them. But when you have them up, it's very quick, and you can sort like from all kinds of things here that you put in. And it sorts very quick and everything updates very quick here. But I tend to have it on the percentage to 52-week low. Straight away here, I see an insider here in Vox. I saw them the other day actually, because I have them in the tracker. If you're not familiar, this color coding here, the black ones mean that I pulled them up in the last 3 months and done some research. And the white ones means that I pulled them up in the last 3 months and added them in the tracker. It basically means that I have them in the tracker. The rest are things that I haven't looked at in the past 3 months. So I saw some insiders in Vox, but I also saw that this guy, Carly Beat, who was bought in... Look at all his buys here. It's just him. all this time, and now he's selling. So I'm not sure. I tried to like quickly figure out what's going on there, if they've had some change or something. But I think this was like the owner and the founder of the company, and he has these smaller buys, but like every day you see him buying. And then now 2 big sales here, and it looks like this Steven guy has bought up his portion of shares and added some. I don't know how this works really. And I saw some some letter codes here, because you can see the sums are the same. So I don't know if they, I don't know why it's listed twice. But that caught my eye a bit. And that he sold so much. So I'm not going to bother to look up Vox now. But when I do, I definitely have to go through what's going on here, because that's definitely interesting to me. But that's like kind of the only insider buy I found here on the daily. But yeah, let's quickly go through them. I'm not going to put the ones I've already gone through. And if you're new to my stream also, I tend to skip like REITs, bank, insurance, and biopharma. Biopharma I've actually filtered out all of them, so they don't even get pulled in. Unless this field is empty, then they can't be pulled in anyways. The buckle, I think I pulled them up already. Yeah, this one I pulled up. Lumen came in also, okay. 7% down, interesting. Lumen is in the tracker. I've even owned them, but I had to quickly go. I got stop lossed out because it continued to fall from my entry, and I just tracked them since. Actually, they went up like 20% the day after I got stop lost out, so that was a bit annoying. But then it fell again, so it's all good. Now I don't see anything new here, so I think I will just skip directly into the fundamentals. And by the way, I forgot to say I want to go through the news today also in my tracker sheet to just get updated on all the news there. But let's do the fundamentals first. So I'm starting with Swim. Latham Group operates as a designer, manufacturer, marketer of in-ground residential swimming pools in North America, Australia, and New Zealand. It offers a portfolio of pools and related products, including in-ground swimming pools, pool liners, and pool covers. Portfolio of pool, so it's like a pool company which is probably not the best space to be in right now, given the time we live in. I'm not sure if you are a normal family with a normal income that you would take the money to afford a pool right now in these circumstances, but and that's where this opportunity comes. Probably they trade 13% to the 52-week low. We can check the chart later, but we have tend to seen this trend in a lot of these type of companies, right? But they score a little bit good here on some of these metrics, so I thought it was worth checking them out. I like the market cap size. The revenue is pretty big compared to the market cap. I see they are levered, so it shows up as levered here, and that they have some excess cash to take care of the short-term debt, but they have a little bit of a heavy debt load anyways. I don't have too much data here. 3 years to go off of, so this is obviously like a growth company. They have made some acquisitions every year also, so this straight off the bat I can see that this would need a little bit more time for me, I think, to make any decisions and let them prove themselves a bit. You can see the revenue is down, share count is up, and then even the capex is a little bit up. Not too worried about the capex being up when they make all these acquisitions and stuff, but look at this dividend, $2.50 in dividend. That's a bit strange, I think, straight off the bat here. Oh, Rob, you want my spreadsheet? Oh yeah, we have thought about the platforms, Twitch compared to YouTube, and thanks for the advice. We might have to check out Twitch actually, but we kind of landed on YouTube. For no particular reason. We just yeah, we didn't look into Twitch too much, to be honest. But maybe we should. So thanks for the advice. As for the spreadsheet, sorry, but I'm not going to share them. And the reason is like you need a lot of my login information, and I cannot. I know how to use this because I built it, and I cannot like guarantee that other people will enjoy the sheet because they don't know the flaws of the sheet. They don't know how everything's connected. So like I can never trust all these numbers, but they are meaningful to me, and I look for the trends, but I cannot be responsible if anyone has let's say there's a mistake somewhere and people make some decision based on a wrong number, something like that. So I have thought about sharing them, but I have landed on like for now at least to not do it, and mostly because it would be too hard to just give it to someone and make them change it with everything. So, but maybe sometime we will change the stand on that. But I honestly I think I have learned so much building this sheet. It has been very time consuming and very annoying at times, very frustrating, and it took me a long time. But it's well worth it because when you're finished and you have everything up, you can start to understand how things are more connected and really use them like you're supposed to do. And so far for me also, it has been very beneficial. Um, I'm involved with some stocks that I'm not made money on yet, but I kind of went into them too hard before I had the sheet. So they mess up my stats a little bit from after I made the sheets, because after I made the sheets I've had some decent results, not exceptional but decent results. But that some of the companies that I owned before is messing up my stats a little bit, but I still own them now. So, but cool, Robert, that you are here from Reddit. I've tried to contact a few people on Reddit to let them know about the stream. We want people to join in and chat a little bit, and like you did just now, give us some tickers so we can check them out and talk a little bit about them. So I'm glad you're here, and I hope if you have some questions about building the sheet, feel free to ask them. We want to help people to build the sheets and everything. We can try to answer as best as we can, but there's so much calculations and stuff involved, so I might need some time to refresh my memory. Anyways, Swim, pool company, trading low to the 52-week lows. Look at this cash generation, 235 per share right now. And the last year, if you just look at the operating cash flow, they were pretty solid in terms of that, and also the free cash flow actually. I don't mind this, but it's too few years to go off of, I think. And look at this dividend. They don't make money, so I'm not sure why this is so high. That seems a bit weird to me. Book value, they trade below book. Let's check the Q filings actually. So they have cash, we saw that. The assets, property and equipment, 110 million. Goodwill, we can scratch. I always scratch that. I don't, especially in companies like this. $300 million here in long-term debt. They have a revolve? No, not anymore. They have a term loan. Okay. Yeah, so here you can see the due dates. So it's not too long that they have to pay the majority of that term loan. So I'm not necessarily, well, I am worried about the debt if they can't prove that they can make money here, but so far this would just need to establish itself a little bit more for me and prove to us that they can do it. This is more like a growth type, and if you believe they can continue to grow, it will be interesting. But for me right now, I'm a bit hesitant. What do you think, Robert? It was down today though, 7%. And look, not many people are writing about it or commenting. Almost no comments on all of these things. This is a bit on the radar, maybe because it's so new, I don't know. But let's check the chart. Yeah, well below the IPO here, 25, and just plummet. You often see that, right? Not too far back though. In the summer, was trading like almost a double from now. But I must say, I don't like it down here, to be honest. Looks a bit, this is the weekly, by the way. You get these small moves. And also jump up and down in volume, you can see. And on the RSI, has traded here in the middle for some time. Yeah, I agree, Robert. I agree with that. And to me, they would have to... I would need more data. I would need more time. And this is not interesting for me right now to add on the tracker. I'm curious about this dividend, though. Anyone talked about that? Probably like a special one. Special dividend. Or maybe the data is wrong. Doesn't really matter. This is not interesting to me right now. It's very dangerous when you do a stream and you say it's not interesting. You will watch tomorrow and this is up. This is up again. But it's all good. It's like I'm not scared of being wrong. I think it's important to have that mindset. I'm wrong many times. But I'm not in this, so it can be a missed opportunity, but at least I'm not losing money. And I can learn from what I was missing if I was missing a point or something, but it's not like anyone has always been right. You make mistakes, you know, and sure, I made plenty of mistakes when I've done research and stuff, but I've also been right in the ones that I have counted that I put money in. So I'm not scared if I'm saying something wrong here, and I have I reserve the right to be wrong, and also to change my opinion. But right now, this is too little data. Needs more time for me. Okay, we can go to what is the name? What is the name, Robert? I think I need to write it in here. Was it? No, it was V. The Canadian. See, this is what happens with the Canadians ones. I get the data, but Google Finance, they use a different symbol. And the way I built the sheet is like, it will be too complicated for me that if the symbol up here doesn't match the cells here, they will look in another cell. That would be too complicated. So I'm losing a little bit of the information here, but that's not a big problem because I actually have the links here. So you can just pull up the links to get the price and everything. Rivalry. Sorry for my English. Rivalry. Yeah, I could use Vice Price, but the thing is I have used them down in my sheet. And I'm on the breaking point that they will not pull it up because I have too many at the same time. Not too many at the same time, but when I switch the tickers, it gets too many calls in like a one session. So I have to minimize the actual function that I do. So I know about what you're talking about, but I can't do it. So rivalry, $1 almost. Okay. And does this look like good for the amount of data that they have public, or? Because this is also pretty new then. I see they have some cash, not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah, they are new, okay. So this would be like a little bit different than what I typically deal with. I just want to read the description here. Sport betting, sports media property that offers regulated online wagering on esports, traditional sports, and casino for bettors. Okay. So this is based in Toronto. Okay. So how are the rules there about gambling and stuff like that? Is this a easy space to grow in? Do you know that, Robert? Or will it have some natural limitations because of some legislations or laws that hinder them to set up too many places or something like that? I know in my country we don't allow casinos here. Okay, so they are in the world. There are different places in the world, okay. And do you know where the biggest business are? We can check the press releases and all that, but if you know a little bit about them. They're directly targeting gamers through... Oh, okay, I see. So do they also build like places you can go and game and host tournaments and stuff, or? Yeah, okay. Okay. I like this picture. That's a duck in a suit. Okay, so I see. I can see why you are interested in them. That they have guided a little bit that they're gonna hit some numbers. Up 50%. That's substantial. So who do you know of some direct competitors here? Because if they target esports in like specific for the esports, is that already big in Canada, or? I can see they have some growth here. Cash and no debt. Yeah, I saw that. They don't show up as levered here. and they have some cash. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see they have potential for sure. And like what they are talking about here is impressive, but my worry is that they are so new, and I'm not sure if these margins are legit, but I'd see they have improved a lot. So that's good, but they still need to prove themselves. Good that they have cash though. It's not a lot, but it's something. And like they need to make these numbers go positive. But in a good position with no debt. Look at the revenue jump. Also a little bit of share count jump, but I saw they issued a private placement. So yeah, they are in good position. A little bit of different to the style that I'm usually doing, but I can see that I can see the potential you're talking about. Expand more to more markets, yeah. Okay, I see. So the competitors, probably a bit hard for them to compete with stuff that are in the gray zones and maybe even illegal. But if they can show that they are a serious competitor and make this more like people come to them instead of doing like a little bit of a shady thing, this could establish itself. But yeah, let me know, Robert, how this goes, and keep us updated if you tune in the future also. I'm a little worried. I'm a little bit worried about my data here that it's not accurate enough, and because it's so new, I think I will. I think I will just not add it to my tracker for now. But I definitely see all the points that you're raising, and the growth so far has been pretty good. So the story is like, I agree with what you say. They need a little bit more time. They need to prove themselves. They need to expand to new markets, and use the cash wisely. And they need to continue to improve the margins here. Have you invested a lot in like casino companies before? Because I haven't. Not because that I don't do it, but I just haven't found good opportunities. And in some that have came up through the screener, I have been a little bit worried about the risk of growth if it stop itself because of some regulations or something like that, you know. And that's something I should look more into, I think, because like you say, these people are in different countries, so I assume there's a reason that they are exactly in those countries, that they do a lot of research before they try to take some market shares. But so maybe the growth is like unlimited, the growth potential, I mean. Yeah, I see what you mean, Robert. Keep us updated. This is interesting. I would, if I had like 5 more years here, I could see where this land, and if they you know, some of the growth start to flat out a little bit. Do you know if there's been some insider buys? I cannot pull that up in the Canadian ones. And probably we don't get the owners either. Yeah. Let me know if you know if there's some insider buys or something like that.
Steven
That'll be
Sauls is
interesting.
co-founder and CEO.
I will watch this video. It's half an hour back. I will watch a little bit of it at least, but I'm not gonna watch it now. But this is interesting though, that they put videos on YouTube about interviews and stuff like that. No, thanks for the ticker. All right. I will move on while you find the link. But if you have a substantial insider buy here, like big number, that helps me by judging, you know, how this can go. And do you know? Would you know how much the insider owns here? It's like it's not family owned or something like that. If it's new, I guess it's not. So the things I like, oh, sorry. Yeah, I think that didn't matter. I hope. Well, the things I like about it is the growth that they have showed so far. They have improved the margins, but the margin still needs to go up. So even if this is good, I like to see it, but it's not enough yet. But give it time, maybe they will come. And I like that they are in a good position in terms of having cash on the books and very little debt. So you could argue they are well positioned for taking the next steps. But of course, when they also operate in Brazil and what did you say, Philippines? It brings with it foreign risk that you also need to consider and look into in companies like this. So that's something I would do if I would move closer to an entry position here. I would need to do proper research on that. So owners 16%. Okay, that's good. 21% institutions. Okay. And any big owners, or I mean institutions, and anything that any names that you know about, other than the normal big players. Oh shit! That was alert. That was alert. That's the first alert we have. Thank you. I couldn't see on my screen what it was, but that was RK. We have an RK alert. So it's a subscribe or something, I think. Thank you. Was that you, Robert? Or was it someone else? Thanks for that. Doesn't matter who it was. Thank you. Okay, purpose investments, all right. Okay. I will look them up. Let me know if these are not the guys, okay? These guys? I'm in the right section, Robert. Okay. Let me just have a read here, because I have not seen them before. Okay, so here principles. Value for money. Okay. You know much about these Roberts? I mean, sorry, not Robert. Robert. You know, do you know about him? Them? Big team. Well, maybe not compared to others, but here he's aligned with what I said. How to fail yet keep moving forward. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to be wrong. All right. They're big on ETFs. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I guess them owning this company, if they are big in crypto and stuff like that, it's a good match. I can see why they jump in here, and I assume like that company rivalry will like embrace the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology and all that stuff. Maybe I don't know them so much, but maybe I don't know. Do you know if you can pay with Bitcoin and stuff like that in that casino? Big for Canada, okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I haven't heard about them, but there's a lot of fonts that I've not heard about. I have a list of fonts I track and that I know, but there's many that I'm not familiar with. Not yet. Was that to the crypto, Robert? Crypto payment? Yeah. All right. Robert, if you tune in the future, let us know how this goes, and if you want to share, if you make an entry position or something like that, let us know so we can pull it up again and see the development. But because that's what this needs for me to be interested. I need more data. I need more years. So, but of course, risky, like you said. But this can pay off. I can see how this can pay off. I forgot about the market cap. Uh, yeah, so small. Not too small though. I definitely deal in market caps like this, but it's on the smaller side. And did they get a big jump on this Q3 report? Yeah, has been growing not too much. Here, I guess. And then it came down again, and then a little bit of a steady growth since then though. Alright. Let us know, Robert, how it goes. And let me know if you have more tickers. I can pull up more. And it seems like you see, I can get some of the Canadian information, but there's some weakness to my sheet, and that's like I use Google Finance functions also, and they operate with different tickers, so that just sucks. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, to the next one, BKE. They showed up on the screen there today in Daily Movers, but that was 1 hour before the close. I saw they pulled up again a little bit here. 40% ownership, big company, 2 billion, trades at around 40 now. Stable share count, historically. Good revenue, a little bit down in the last year, but historically on the 3-year average is slowly moving up. There's a lot of green. This looks good, like from here. Looks like a stable and good, well-run company. but I also think it's a little bit outside the laughing stock portfolio that I have. This would probably be more like a place to park cash, maybe, when you see trades at 40, so it's overbook. And the cash flow generation is good. Look at the historical operating cash flow, all positive. Same with the free cash flow, which is very good, right? Net cash flow a bit down here lately, a bit up and down, but this is impressive. And then you get a high average also, but maybe not so high on the versus the share price. But I could see this be like, yeah, where it is now, and maybe you see they have cash also, 621. What's that? Yeah, 300 approximately in net excess cash. So that's a good position, even though the market cap is high. That's a lot of money to have. Fat dividend though, historically too. And earnings positive. Yeah, see here, earnings. This looked like a solid. I don't see necessarily a crazy growth here, but it seems to be a well-run company that it doesn't seem like they are messing up a lot, at least. And with this dividend, this could be a place to just have some cash, you know, and let it run for a bit. I could see this between like 45 to, what has the chart on? Yeah. Yeah, even like if you look at the earnings, 3-year averages are close to $5, you know. Yeah, 45 to 50. And look here, it has fallen a bit. So if you go in here, maybe if you get the chance to go in closer to, look after the pandemic, 13, that would be a good buy. What did it do then? Here. Has paid down debt slowly since then. Seems like it sold a little bit of assets, but just has had some good years after pandemic. But let's say, okay, 50 max. That's the numbers are right now. And here you have a pullback. This would be interesting to see where it goes, but keep in mind it's dividend. That's not a bad dividend. Let's see what people are saying. And they show up as safe, so they have control of the debt. I'm not worried about the debt here. They even have cash here. Look at the total current. The cash can cover that alone. Yeah, they look decent. I agree, Robert. Yeah. Imagine if you know, RK. I don't know if you said on the stream, right, that you used to watch RK, right, Robert? Because he started to stream in a perfect environment, and I'm sure that was not a coincidence. And as good analyst as he is, that was it was so good to see the streams from the beginning, and see just how he picked up like winner after winner. I wasn't so active then, and I definitely didn't know about this style. I learned about it a little bit too late. I wasn't even participating in the GME story, but he was very active in the COVID period. where I was a newbie, so I sold in the COVID period. So that was stupid of me, but I didn't have the experience back then, and I didn't know what I was doing at all. And you can argue I still don't, but I have learned a lot since then, and I wouldn't do the same mistakes that I did then. But yeah, this let's see where it pulls back. Got a bit oversold right now. Testing a little bit. Maybe you can get it down to 30. And if you get it back to 30, it would be interesting to see if it holds or it breaks down even below here. Went to almost 25. And at 25, this would be interesting. Right now, it's a bit steep, but let's check what they are talking about the dividend here. Here, Buckle declares 0.35 dividend and declares special cash dividend of $2.50 per share. And one comment must be positive. That, yeah, just laughing. Oh yeah, Roy. We are the same then. I was, and my financial situation also now is like I can't risk to lose too much money, so I need to be very confident when I put money in. So I'm very careful, but I still take risks. This is the style is risky in itself, but it's also it also has paid off. But I need to have a lot of information. I need to be confident, and I need to be backed up. Right now, I like if I'm backed up by some good articles or something like that, that people see what I see. So there's a lot more research on my own that goes into my style now than it was during COVID. I didn't know what I was doing. But this guy is happy for the dividend. Not too many comments, but let's check what they are talking about. The dividends are the icing on an already well-baked cake. This management team seems to negotiate all the pothole other retailers hit. They continue to grow the brand gently and provide solid returns to the share. Yeah, that's what we saw, right? Gently is the key word. I like that word. Because this is not like super... It's not growing in a ridiculous tempo or something like that, but slow and steady, just solid numbers, and they don't mess up. But you can maybe critique them a bit that they haven't grown. But look at this dividend. You would be happy if you were a shareholder for years here. But it would need to pull back for me. I think I will add it to the tracker though. I saw the 40% ownership. It's getting close to the 20% to 52-week low. I would need it much cheaper than it is here to even consider to buy into it again. Normally I'm not fan of when companies have dividends and stuff. Like I started saying with this company, it's a bit different style than my laughing stock portfolio. And this could be more like to park some cash and take the dividend and stuff like that. But I think I will add them to the tracker anyways. Let's just check the insiders because 40% is decent. A lot of selling though, but bit weird. And the institutional ownership. Yeah, so this guy owns a lot. I guess it's this guy then. Third of the company, so he owns the majority of those 40% then. All right. Yeah. And then you have this guy who owns almost the rest. All right. And so BlackRock. Here's the other guy, Nelson. Oh, RK. We saw them the other day. Is that you, Roaring Kitty? We're waiting to see you again, you know? Miller. Osman, I see them also. Okay, but not too... I will add it to the tracker. Just to pay attention. I like that company. But it's not something I will consider buying right now. Can you hear me now, Robert? Can you hear me now, Robert? Can you hear me now, Robert? Horrible. I don't know what's going on. I have a stream deck, but I saw that my microphone wasn't muted there, but I don't know what's going on. I saw on OBS for some reason it muted my microphone. So, okay, I don't know how long I've been muted. Have I been muted for a long time, Robert? All right. So I just went through my my comments on why I added it to the ticker. Not the ticker, to the tracker. So I can do just like a quick recap, but it's the same as we went through in the fundamentals. But I was writing. Oh, sorry. I was writing. Good fundamentals, well-driven, stable, pays a high dividend. Founder is a 33% owner, around 300 million in excess cash, control of the debt. Been some insider sales lately. Pay attention to new news and a big drop. There's been a pullback lately. Will it break down below 30? So I just have it here in the tracker sheet to just pay attention, so I have control of it. So that's all. And by the way, if you haven't seen my tracker sheet before, these marks here means that I own. These are in my portfolio. I don't have a own portfolio sheet, but they show up here like with this check mark if I have them in my portfolio. Okay, enough of BKE. Let's move to E2. I have a lot of energy in the tracker sheet, and I guess you can say with my portfolio also they show up as energy. Alto is it's a little bit of a different play, but it's true. This GT they are oil company. Alto they have some interesting story. Check out the last streams. I think I went through Alto there, and if you want to read, there's some very decent articles on Seeking Alpha by Justin. He has written long pieces about Alto. He's a big owner. They had a terrible Q3 report. Terrible. It fell 60%. And lately it has dropped. It has dropped a lot the last 2 days as well. And I don't really know why. There's been some a big seller, I think, that is going out of it. I don't know. Jeremy Raper is involved as well. He has sent a activist letter to management where he urged them to sell the entire business actually, and he think they can get like $6.50 per share for the company, which is a big upside from today's price. But this is the one. It's my biggest position, and I went into it before I had the sheets. So I went in too early. I messed up, and that messes up my stats a bit from after I started to invest with the sheets. Because GTE has done pretty well for me, and NCSM is a new buy. I have to wait a little bit for them. Right now it's a small loss, but nothing substantial, and it's more like a shorter term play, but can turn into a longer term as well. Not because if I'm down on it, but I need to see the development. They get a add back, 40 million add back on the balance sheet, so that was positive. So that you can read also on them. There's some good articles there. But yeah, I own in the energy space, but I'm not necessarily targeting the energy space. It's more like a coincidence, and that they all fit into that category. And like I said, Alto is a bit different. They have a fascinating story, but the Q3 report just killed them. Terrible. Anyways, E2, also a shorter history here. I don't have enough to go off of here. Big revenue jump, but also big share count jump. And you can see they have taken on the debt as well. They don't come across as too levered in my sheet, and that is thanks to this high number in book value. takes that into consideration. So we need to check what's on the book here. They have some excess cash, enough to cover the short term, but the current is like this. It's not too high, but the total debt is a bit high. It's their entire market cap. Technology company. So ETWO Parent Holdings is a provider of supply chain management software. It offers an end-to-end and cloud-based supply chain management software as a service platform that orchestrates global supply chains and derives compelling value and return on investment for its diverse blue chip customers. The firm's software combines network data and application to provide an integrated mission critical platform that allows customers to optimize their supply chain across channel shaping, blah blah blah. All right. Oh look, it's down 13% today. Big drop. And it has a recent big drop as well. That's a quick double if you bought in October. And now let's see how it goes. It never got overbought. Big sell volume here though. So yeah, it trades well below book, but not tangible book. They have some cash. Revenue is up. And capex is down, okay. They have made some acquisitions every year. So this is also like a growth style. Depth is a little bit high, but nothing too crazy. What are people writing here? Like when I only really have like 2 years of data, it's a bit hard to see the improvements and stuff. Because you never know if this is gonna last. But they have improved the margins a little bit on some of these things. But they are down on earnings even more now. And also on the retained earnings. So they will need to do something about that. Light at the end of the tunnel. This is very recent, this article. And he has written about them before as well. But very, very few comments. This comment from yesterday, that's a pretty big decline in accounts receivable for growth company, okay? They also have to come up with around 100 million cash a year just for the interest cost on their debt. Yeah. A buy at 2 and 2.5 if the tech is going to be adopted. A sale. Okay, there's way too much uncertainty to give them this much credit here with transactions. So he was probably bullish. Now he had a hold rating, but I assume he has been bullish in the past. Yeah, he's had some. He's writing a lot about them in this year alone. Written 5 articles, so he knows the company probably, but I haven't heard about him. Quad 7 Capital. I don't know if he's I don't know if his stuff is good here. But honestly, I don't find it too attractive at the moment. The only thing I like is this high book number, but let's see what that is. Annoys me that I just got muted for no reason. I don't know what I did. But okay, thanks for alerting me, Robert. I would have continued, you know. Okay, so they have some cash. Look, the goodwill. It's the goodwill. It's a tech company, right? And not a lot in the property and equipment. And he said there was a big decline here. Wasn't that what he said? In accounts receivable. Yeah. It's a bit different on a tech company, but look at this goodwill. It's almost 2 billion. which is why this number is high. So I'm not sure even if I like the book value. You see, tangible book is negative. Big drop though. But it still has 40% to the 52-week low. Has some good metrics here, but this is not interesting for me, to be honest. I'm just gonna move on. So BNED, we have talked about it before. Ranger Dane has talked about it. We have talked about it together. Barnes and Noble Education. It has showed up a lot in the screener lately because it has some big moves. And look at it today, 4.5% down. And yesterday it had a insane drop. Look at this. Took off $1, more than $1. I think it landed on like a 50% drop, or even more. And then, you know, it went up 17% today and then came down again. But like I said, we have seen it on the daily movers very much recently, but it came straight down again, and it was due to some news that I found like, okay, I can understand that if this news is gonna happen, that's not necessarily good for this company. But when I read it, I was thinking like, there's a lot of ifs in this news. So if it went down just based on that, this is maybe how you can how you get opportunities, you know? Because I think that was a overreaction. But it was about President Biden, that he will cut down on college costs. And for people that don't know Barnes & Noble's education, I can read the description here. They engage in the management and operation of bookstore chains in universities. It operates through the following segments: retail, wholesale, and digital student solution. The retail segment operates physical and virtual campus bookstores. The wholesale segment sells hardware and software that provides inventory management and point-of-sale solutions to college bookstores. The DSS segment includes direct-to-student product and service offerings to assist students to study more effectively and improve academic performance. So they are basically helping students save money on books, and that they get access to books early. And then there was some news about Biden, that he wanted to cut down on some of these, that the market obviously looked at as very bearish for this company. But I'm not sure if it justifies that big of a drop, because like I said, like, I think this, first of all, Biden needs to be re-elected, right? And then still, if this all happens, I don't think, what is it now, like close to a 60% drop? It almost is going towards, you know, a historic low again. But it got up a little bit. It started to break down below $1, and then there was a big buyer just before the close today. Just before the close, so it sent it up to like around here, 108, and now it landed on 105. So it's gonna be interesting to see where this moves tomorrow and next week. But I would feel a lot of pain if I bought here yesterday. But down here could be opportunity. It could be opportunity. There's a good article on Seeking Alpha. Courage and Conviction. He also commented a little bit, I think, today. There's also one from Kingdom. He's a bit more hesitant on the company. Courage was Courage was very, very bullish, and his main thing was that they had some room to grow. Because there was a lot of universities that they could target and move into. But I guess that news was like they look at it like they will not do that. But I saw he was commenting a little bit here. By the way, if you're not familiar with BNED, you should read this article, and also Kingdom's article. I think they paint a good picture of what's going on. And by the way, BNED has had some good reports lately, and they have some good free cash flow and stuff like that. So they've started the turnaround story, you know. Yeah, my fundamentals, they don't look great here, but if you go into and see more into here, or what they are talking about here, you can see that it's not necessarily just like in my sheet, and that if you also add then that there's room for growth here, this could be like, what do you think? $3? What is this, the daily, weekly? You see, it struggles a bit to get over 2. But yeah, $3, maybe even more. You see, there's a big change in the numbers from on the last year. You would have to believe in the growth story, though. And of course, you saw when it moves that much on a news that it's not. There's a lot of ifs in this news. It's nothing that has materialized yet. So when it moves that much on a news like that, you have to question like what can it do in the future? But also up. So if there's some contra news or something like that, it can send it up again, you know. And then this is a story that we're gonna follow. I know Dane has talked about the BNED before. Like I said, we have talked about it together, and now you got this big drop. That's how you get opportunities, and don't get me wrong, there's risk here. But if you have followed them, I think this entry here, if I had some cash now, I could be tempted to take a chance. But at the same time, it's like you kind of want to see where this lands. I saw Courage. He's still bullish, added today, which is important if you are a value investor. Like in our style, is to buy on these opportunities if you are confident, and to, when people sell, you go in and buy, you know, if you like the fundamentals and everything. But yeah, read through this. Yeah, Robert, I can take a look, and sorry if you wanted me to go through the fundamentals. I just skipped it a little bit today. I can do it quickly now, but since we have done it in the past on the streams, so I was more interested to the price action from yesterday and today, and the update on Courage's article, because we have talked about this in the past, and he offers like a paid thing that he has said he has written a little bit about what's going on now, and that he also added, and that I think he said also that he will share it a bit later. Yeah, so that's why. But on the fundamentals, I'm not sure if you. The thing I like here is like obviously now compared to the $1 price, this is pretty good in operating and free cash flow, and then it's of course if they can keep this up, but also look at the tiny market cap here and the revenue. That's pretty big. But they are not making any. They are not having earnings, and retained earnings is also down. But the catalyst here is if they can grow and get into more universities, which is what Courage I think was very certain that they could, and I think also management has been a bit poor on the execution here, but now lately, if I don't remember wrong, I could be wrong on that, but now lately I think they have started to hit the targets that they have laid out. Yeah, here. Moreover, let's face it, this management has been really bad at setting its annual guidance and then really good at missing their guidance. So they have not been convincing, but now they have started, you start maybe to see a bit of a turnaround story. You see now they trade below book value. The operating and free cash flow looks good compared to the price down here. And then if they can add on that more universities, which was like the case that Courage thought they could do, you would see that they will generate more cash. And if you look at the article here, they have generated, what was it, like 60 million in the free cash flow. Q2 full year 2024 free cash flow was a blistering 61.1 million. So you can start to see signs of the turnaround, and that's the fundamental thesis here, I think, Robert, that you can see the signs of that they have started to turn around, and then if you add that they can get more market share, you could see this spike up to, like, I don't know how to value, like, because the numbers have been a bit poor, it's a bit hard here, but they have been at the 252, and you know, I wouldn't book value 2. I wouldn't say that it's impossible that this can go to like 3 to maybe in a also good scenario 5. But that's roughly, of course, 3 to 5 is roughly. But if it breaks up here 3 on the chart, just on the chart, it will be interesting to see where it goes. But a lot of things need to go right then. And of course, now when it dropped from 2 to 1, in almost just 2 days, just on some news like this, which is, of course, if this going through, it will hurt. It will hurt them. But I don't think 60% drop is justified, to be honest. And this is where the opportunity is, I think. And also this whole product is like they help people who are a bit poor to have it a bit more easy to get books and stuff like that on the universities. Now, if I live in USA or in even Canada, I would know more about how the university system there works, because if you've gone through the whole university, you would know better than me. Here, the universities are very different. But I still need to pay money for books and stuff like that, so. Oh, BRY, yeah, Robert, I know BRY. I have them in the tracker. I have BRY here. We can check them, hold on. BRY's oil stock, so maybe that one, yeah. University books I can buy online now, yeah. But that's their thing, like, they also have a new the business model, like this one, first day complete. That's their new platform. The company's first day and first day complete business transformation is highly promising, but it has taken longer than hoped, given all of the red tape at universities to get all the necessary buy-in, sign-off, and then finally the scheduling and adoption pieces. As first day and first days complete are charged and part of tuition, there are time constraints and deadlines that need to be met in order for school to offer FTC starting in the fall of the calendar year. So I think that's the thing, that these looks very promising and they have generated more cash for them, and yeah. Now I think it's I think I think that I would have bought today in this company with that I understand the risk if I had a little bit more money laying around now. Because when you get drops like that on news that I don't find too that the chance is like 100% that will definitely materialize, I think it's an opportunity. So that's when you have to add an but it will be interesting if it breaks below 1, for example, tomorrow. It would be very interesting to see where it goes after that. So if I go in here, I would have to have a stop loss in place. That would be tight, just to protect if they on the chart it breaks out from the lows. I would have to have that in place because I don't want it to fall much below $1 before I would get out again, I think. But as I can see right now, the downside risk here is pretty good. Like I said, there was some big buys in the final minutes of the market today. Big buys, and if you check the volume today on BNED. 8 million when the average is 600. And yesterday, almost 10 million. That's a lot. Not like crazy, but that's a lot when the average is like it is. So yeah, I can pull up BRY, Robert. I think on Saturday, Dane and I will go through a bit more through BNED. BRY is Barry, right? Barry. How long have you been doing investing, Robert? And are you based in Canada, by the way? I assume so, since you talk about the Canadian companies. Oh, really? So you started and owned a business? And then sold it. Good on you. I'm not sure if you are happy about that, but if you made some money on that, good on you. Congratulations. That's tough to do. Something I've always wanted to do, actually, to start something on my own and build it up. I think that would be a very good and cool experience, and of course a lot of hard work and risk. So I respect people who take the chance to do that. Yeah, okay. So you have all right. Yeah, good. Sounds like a good setup you have then. Yeah, I like BRY. I think Dane and I went through BRY not too long ago in a different stream. The interesting thing here is the dividend, right? It compared to like other companies that we checked, it holds some more weight. The dividend here, I like it. I like it on the fundamentals. Look at the operating cash flow and the free cash flow, but did they have some debt due very soon? I don't remember right now. 26. 2025 and 2026. Okay. No, I like BRY. Are you in BRY, Robert? I've been tracking them for a while. They've been in my tracker since April 23. Since then it's down. So they are around 6. So momentum, okay. And what's the chart doing? Oh, by the way, we have some. Yeah, 10. I don't disagree with that. And I think it can go even higher. And then meanwhile you have the dividend. It's almost here where it was in May. You know, that's a pretty quick return from May to here. And I don't see how that can happen again, in my opinion, in BRY. Let's check the margins though. You see the margins are a bit down, so that's a bit worrisome. The last years. But on average, it looks a bit better. Not necessarily on the cash generation, but I guess that's kind of the risk, right? An elephant, you should read his stuff if you haven't. He knows this field. He knows this field, so no, I agree with you. There's a reason I track this. I found them interesting. But also I'm in GTE, which is a bit similar. Which I also view as a big upside right now. And that has fallen a lot lately, actually. But I think GTE has also potential. So right now, like you saw in my tracker sheet, I don't own too many stocks. So I'm not too keen to put money into GTE and BRY, for example, right now. I want to look for a little bit of other stuff, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it, but I try to split the money a little bit more. Like you also noticed, they are in the energy field right now, so I would like to try to diversify a little bit. But if there's a great opportunity here, I will move in, I think. But let's wait and see what happens. Earnings positive for the year, also on the 3-year average. You know, this should be like, with the dividend too. Did the elephant give like a valuation? I think it should be. I think it could go over 10 as well. Nine to 10, okay. Of course, oil. Bit down, which impacts the company, of course. So maybe the play here would be to maybe be a bit more patient to see where oil is going. But I mean, it's trading now 6% to the 52-week low. It's not a bad entry, in my opinion here. I wish I had more cash. Just an enter position. Doesn't need to be a big one. Just to feel it and be in it, and if it moves, you get some gains, you know. But I think I would wait a little bit to see where oil is heading, because that has been a bit bearish for some time now. They bought back shares. Revenue is a bit down now. But Robert, I'm interested. Have you seen GTE? Because GTE has also some potential, in my opinion. TPR, okay. Let's check TPR. I don't think I have them in the tracker. Yeah, I can pull up GTE as well. Hold on. TPR. Is it this one? Tapestry? How do you pronounce that? Tapestry? By the way, Robert, I know you probably noticed, but there's no investment advice here. Do your own research. We are just talking about the research process, and for educational purposes. We have the disclaimer also everywhere, so please, even if I'm saying like Bry looks like a good entry here, don't take my word for it, and I don't want to be responsible for any bad things, you know. I know you know, but I just want to say it. So GT has a little bit of a foreign risk to it. They have big parts of the operations in South America, Colombia, and I think Ecuador. And there has been some worry connected to that, especially with some tax questions and stuff like that. But I think it's fine anyways, to be honest. There's some good articles on GT also, and some good commentary. So let's start with the TPR. Let's check if I don't think I have them. Oh yeah, I have them. Oh no, I don't have them. That was in a comment. Sorry. The TPR. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, I see. That's a little bit of a steep market cap compared to what I'm used to, but I'm not. I will never say that I'm just discounting stuff on stuff like that. I will take a look. You see, I see they have bought back shares. The revenue is high. Maybe not. When you see the market cap is still high, this is a big company. There's some excess cash, but debt. I see the debt. Generally, they have some acquisitions here. Also, asset sale here, I think. 21 after pandemic. Where the book, yeah, has fallen a bit also here. But it seems like they maybe spent that to either buy back shares or pay down the short term. Positive earnings also on the 3-year average. Generate good cash. I like it. But I would want to see it a bit higher, but I see the dividend, of course. Let's check the margins. So in the single years, the margins are up actually on all of the metrics. I kind of like that. Is there some insiders here? It seems a bit expensive right now to me at first glance. 31% to the low. What's the chart doing? You got in at 29, I see. Yeah. Yeah, good. Good decision. Good decision. No, I agree. That's what I was saying. Like 52-week low is 26, like close to where you got in. So that's a good decision. Oh, sorry, because we were talking about the oil company. I thought it was an energy company. But see, it's clothing. Okay. So luxury, accessory, and lifestyle brands. It operated through the following segment: Coach, Kate Spade, and Stuart Weitzman. The Coach segment consists of global sales of Coach brand. Okay, so it's like a high-end clothing. Oh yeah, so you caught all this, Robert, I assume. Nice. This looks very bullish. American brands, yeah. You had a very good entry here. Let's see though, just based on the chart. I know there's like I'm not a technical analyst expert at all, but there's some formations forming, like you can recognize a bit. Seems very, very bullish right now, and it hasn't got overbought yet. What is the daily doing? Yeah, I got a bit overbought there, flatten out a bit, but let's see where it pulls. If it pulls back now, or if it continue to come up again to these levels, 44. Based on the cash generation lately, maybe bit lower if you use like the average and put like 10 times this. It's a fair value around where it is now, but if you just use the single years. So if they can continue and also see they have bought back shares. What are people saying here? Very little inside buys. Not too many comments. Oh, they had some news yesterday. As planned sale to Tapestry get China approved. Also, they are acquiring them. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I see that, Robert. Also, it's about, okay, maybe you don't get a double or something like that, but a gain is a gain, and people are ecstatic about 20% gains. 20 to 50% is very good in my opinion. Of course, it's nice to hold and get the multi-baggers, but it's so easy to say afterwards that you shouldn't have sold. I have been a victim of that in NNBR last year, 2023. I got a fairly quick double on it. And I bought at a very good level in my opinion, and it jumped like in a month or so to a double. And I sold, and I invested the money in 2 other companies because my plan for 23 was to expand the stocks in my portfolio. So that was my plan, and I always had an aim to get a double in NMBR. So I executed on the plan when I got it. But if I hold now, I sold out at $2, and now it's like above 4. So that was a mistake, yes. And usually, I've said this in another stream, that usually if I had more money in, I would trim the position. I wouldn't sell out completely. But I had a small position, so I just sold everything. Of course, it's a mistake, but at the same time, can you really be unhappy with a double in a month? I guess you can, but that's not the way I viewed it. I would love to still be in it, but I was happy with at that time. I was happy. All right. I see no deal risk, but the deal was gets approval. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I agree. It's all about finding other opportunities. Like if you look at, for example, Bri. If you do your research and you think that Bri is cheap right now compared to TPR, why don't you, like, I'm not saying you, I mean me. If I had a position then and I thought that TPR was expensive here and I liked Bri and would enter Bri, I would maybe trim out a bit on TPR and put it into Bri, and maybe if I'm lucky, get a gain there, and then you can reassess and see how it goes. That's my goal, to get, like, to take gains and generate cash in my brokerage account. So far, I haven't been able to do that because of the big position that I went into before I made the sheets. And I don't want to trim there because I think the Alta has potential still from today's level. So I don't really want to trim, but maybe I should. Maybe I should have done that. But I don't want to do that still. So right now I wait for, I need to put money into the brokerage account. It doesn't move fast enough to generate there, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. 23 was a good year for me if you just look at the stocks that I bought with the sheets, with the strategy there. So I hope 24 will be the same. String tip, I'm buying Bri. Yeah. I can see why. I can see why. Not investing advice, please. Not investing advice, but I like to have a conversation like this because I could see myself doing something similar to that. But maybe I would wait a little bit more to see if oil is breaking down even more. Where is it? This one. You know, it has fallen a lot in a short time. So I don't know. Up a little bit now though. Yeah, it's hard, but that's why investing is hard. But it's very rewarding when you make a hit. Okay, so let's move to GT. We have done GT before a couple of times, but I'm very interested in GT. I think I got a good entry in GT, so I'm not worried that it has been falling lately, but it starts to get towards where my entry is. I think 513 is attractive. So you can see it's a bit similar to BRY, but no dividend. Foreign risk. Look, and natural gas in Colombia and Ecuador. It holds interest in the assets located in the middle Magdalena Valley and Putumayo basins. Or basins. I don't know how to pronounce these words. The thing with GT is that you can track their share buybacks, which they have done consistently. But I want more share buybacks. But there's some links here in the comments. That show you that they have been actively buying a fair amount actually since October. Why can't I find it right now? Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, and of course, I don't know if you have. There's an ongoing situation in Ecuador that is not good for the country. So that's where the foreign risk comes into play. There's been some horrible things happening in Ecuador lately. Starbucks is very bullish on this. Guessing 5 will be firm support. Well, where are these? I will read through this later. Hold on. I'll just try to find these links. Here I think they are. Yeah, here you can see they are reporting their purchase prices and everything. And then if you go and look in, I think it was in November, they had a bigger buy, a block purchase. So they are spending a lot of money now to buy back the shares. Here it was. This one. 4 million almost. Oh, sorry if you can't read this. So that's a good amount, you know. This is in Canadian dollars. So if you wanna have a look at GT, you should check into these things, and you can also see here that they have been. You can see it on the fundamental sheet already that they are buying down. The debt is a bit worrisome here, 50 million there, but they have excess cash right now to deal with it. Earnings positive, but historically a bit up and down. Had a great year last year, and still a good year this year, especially compared to the share price, but free cash flow could be a bit more up, I guess. But yeah, I'm in GT, and I'm tempting to add a little bit also around these levels. Let's see what Starbucks was writing here. I just keep adding. I'm guessing 5 will be firm support, but it really doesn't matter to me. I'll just keep adding as it goes slower. Yeah, the decline is really irritating and unjustified, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth or miss the trading opportunity. So this guy is saying, be careful, very corrupt company and only management and insiders make money. Yeah, it's a fair risk that you should take into consideration. I don't know about it, if it's accurate or not, but I can... Things like that happen, you know. GT share have gained nothing for many years. But that's not entirely true though, because not too long ago I could trim the position with a 50% gain, for me, close to a 50% gain. So I didn't do it, which maybe will be a mistake, but it depends on how you play it, I guess. Yeah, they are pushing back on that statement here. I have a high level of confidence that these are both honorable and highly skilled managers. And Star Wars, pay attention to that stuff. I've seen it slam some management teams in the past. But real proof is in the product trend, cost trend, increasing reserves, debt paydowns, discipline to execute highly accretive stock buybacks at the right time, which is now, right? Since October also. They've done well in that regard. And keep in mind the numbers here are in Canadian dollars. That's why you get a little bit of higher than the numbers in the sheet. And they're getting off the refi, albeit expensive, put solvency risk to bed. The stock deserves to trade higher than this, and it will. And I agree, I see it. So this guy is trying to push back a little bit again. Okay, I will read through that later. It seems that like there's been some comments going on here. But the same, a bit like the same with BRY. Where is oil going? So maybe it's just a matter of time before this will turn around again. I don't know. I got in at 470 something, I think. My cost basis here. So I'm still up on it. What do you think, Robert? Do you see something in GT? I was planning to go through the news in the tracker sheet, but I was just checking the time now. And it's late where I live and I have to go to work tomorrow. So I think I will stop the stream soon. I prefer BRY over GT. Yeah, fair enough. I think both look good. And I don't know, you talked about some dividends earlier, Robert, and you get that with BRY. So yeah, and both are right now trading close to the 52-week low, you know, and that's based on the oil price as well, as of course. Oh, ETFs. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, no. But I think that's it for today, guys. And thanks for being in the chat, Robert. I think it's valuable for the stream and to get a conversation going. And thanks for the tickets, by the way. I would like to hear your updates on that RVLY company. I think they have an interesting growth opportunity there. So let's see how that pans out. Yeah, good strategy. Yeah, Saturday. We will be back on Saturday. A bit early for people in the States or Canada. I live in Europe and Dane lives in USA, so we struggle we struggle with the time difference. But we also know that, you know, RK had a diversified group of subscribers and followers. So I hope with time maybe some European people can tune into the chat as well, and from other places in the world, of course. And then maybe the time difference isn't too much of a problem anymore. But we try to make it so it works for everyone. But I hope to see you then on Saturday, Robert, and very happy that you can tune in and get a conversation going. We can. I'm sure we're going to talk about the BNED on Saturday as well. And maybe just go through like the weekly movers, because we didn't do that today. And let's see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to follow Barnes & Noble Education tomorrow. Because it has, if it takes down the $1 mark, I think it can drop even more. But this can go up quickly again. I assume it will. But let's see. Let's see. That news is. I think that was the news that caused the drop. I'm not 100% sure if that was it. It seems a bit strange to me if that was on. I would assume there's a little bit more, but I haven't been able to find anything. So let's see how it goes tomorrow. It will be exciting for sure to follow. All right, Robert and everyone else watching. I think I will call it a day for today. Thanks for tuning in, and Ranger Dane and I will be together on Saturday to do a stream, and then we will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will try to not mute myself the next time. We're still learning, and I don't know what happened, but thanks for letting me know, Robert. So I look forward to talk with you again then. All right, bye bye. Enjoy your day.